You take a shower. Go to bed with loose, wet hair. How do you tame it in the morning? Find the shampoo, conditioner combo that work best for you. I like Aussie shampoo, moist. Let your hair partly dry off in a towel, then comb through with a good detangling brush. If your conditioners work, this shouldn't be a problem for you. If your hair's long enough, plait it and go to bed. My hair is down to my butt and this works for me. #X200B. You can use a detangling spray in the morning if you need to. I spray it on the wait 5 minutes before I start brushing. The detangler will help you get the knots out and defrizz your hair so you don't have that bedhead look. I used to go to bed with wet hair for years. Only stopped because I learned it's bad and because I've been dyeing my hair vibrant blue and I don't want to wake up with blue face, hands, neck, etc. But in the past, I didn't do anything to tame them in the morning. Didn't have to. I have a chin-length bob which most people would think is difficult to maintain. But my hair shapes itself correctly most of the time. Like I can wash my hair, go to bed with wet hair and wake up with a near-perfect bob. Occasionally some strands would be out of place which I would fix with hair straightener. But that used to happen only like 2-3x a month. Speaking from experience, going to bed with loose wet hair is a recipe for disaster for me. It took me having to wash my hair again in the morning so I could reset how it dried. And style it again. I wash my hair in the evening after combing it. Use a wet brush when I get out the shower and let it air dry while I read or play video games. Sometimes I'll quickly use a blow dryer when it's around 80% dry and brush it. Or else I'll put in a loose braid so that my hair doesn't get tangled in my sleep. As a non-drinker, would you date a person who drinks? Why or why not? Yeah, I would/do. It's gonna depend on the person and why they don't drink. For me, I stopped in my early 20s because my hangovers were just getting insane, would start like an hour into drinking and just 1 or 2 would make me nauseous the whole next day. People do tend to drink less around me just because I tend to avoid drinking-based activities for obvious reasons. Hitting the bars isn't exactly fun for me. That said, you want to have some drinks while we're hanging out. Be my guest. I've never been that interested in alcohol, so didn't realize how important it was to have as a deal breaker when it came to relationships. If I could do my time over, I for sure would have ran at the first sign of drunkenness. The constant drama really does a number on your self-esteem. Never ever again. However high functioning and normal it seems, don't be fooled. It looks innocent enough on a night out, but living long term with someone who can't control their alcohol is a living hell. If you don't have certain vices yourself, it's self-destructive and you're making your life unnecessarily more difficult to subject yourself to a partner who does. I don't mind dating them, but I will make it very clear that they respect my boundaries and are considerate and don't pressure me. I will not limit them if they want to have a drink when we go out at all. It's their choice. I'd only have a problem if they had a drinking problem and didn't know how to have fun without it at all. I'd like to see them explore wholesome fun with me and work around me a bit to make me feel included and not the other way around. Sometimes I have gotten snarky remarks on my choice to not drink, but the good ones don't care. They think the way Reddit treats Brendan Fraser is patronizing? I'm assuming most people here are just unaware of his full story. This has nothing to do with nostalgia or overcoming his personal problems in quad. It's all directly related to how he was removed from the industry due to him calling out a higher-up for sexual assault. In his prime with an insanely bright future, he was almost overnight removed from everything. All because he tried to call out a higher-up for sexually assaulting him. He 100% should be celebrated for his return. None of us can even imagine what he went through being at the peak of Hollywood and then becoming a nobody. My thought is just, why not? There's an almost infinite amount of celebrities out there that people worship and obsess about for a variety of reasons. The fact that Reddit is obsessed with 2 celebrities that from all accounts seem like very decent people is not such a bad thing. Better to focus the love on 2 good and deserving people than someone like Johnny Depp, who I definitely don't think will receive the same adoration when/if he makes a comeback. People clearly have a really strong attachment to him as he was popular when a lot of online users were growing up watching him in The Mummy George of the Jungle, etc. It's nice to see, but definitely a bit overblown and a product of internal nostalgia. The majority of people sending praise his way during his current comeback were kids who grew up watching his movies. So he's basically the cool uncle you loved as a kid but never saw anymore as you grew up because he tried telling people grandpa assaulted him, so they got rid of him instead of grandpa. Now cool uncle is back in business. Everybody likes him. And they're just happy to see him where he rightfully belongs. In the light. Is the overall general reaction a wee bit over the top? Well, sure. But doesn't really affect my life, so not too bothered. Happy for Brendan and those who didn't let bad shit change them. You have a week off with pay. What do you do all week? This is me at the end of March. I've got a spa day booked with my ma'am on the Monday. The rest of the week I'm going to be finishing yet another playthrough of Mass Effect. Reading by the beach. Going for nature walks and hanging out in a cafe writing bits of a short story I'm working on. There's a few art exhibits I want to go to as well. So it really just depends on the weather as to what I prioritize. This is my this week. Today I have had a new sofa delivered. Tomorrow I am going for a massage and lunch at a spa. Wednesday I am taking my mum out for lunch. Then we are going to see a play. Thursday I am having Amazon's delivered. And I will be watching the new season of Shadow and Bone on Netflix. Friday I am having my old sofa collected. And I think I will take myself to the cinema. I might just I will hit the gym to get the ball rolling again. I'm the opposite person where I just drop the gym in Jan and get back in March. Listen to music. Watch silly series to make me laugh and or doesn't require thinking too much. It's my week off. Gym is already the heavy lifting here. Do my nails with more time and attention. Maybe play some video games, but I don't spend so much time on those and I'd Kenny good ones recently. And of course, sleep. I'd try to do an annual staycation outside of my normal vacation/travels. I spend a lot of time at my favorite places in town, including long walks at the park, volunteering daily at my favorite charity, and going to my favorite museum multiple times that week. I absolutely enjoy the thought of not having to run from one thing to another to make the most of my time because it's limited. Like I have to on the weekends.